guys, it's DJ Wonder Chrissy, and a happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone out there. Let's take a little time here at the beginning to thank those who served, and certainly those who gave their life for us and our nation. Because without those that served and those that paid the ultimate price, we would not have our freedom, and this nation would not be as great as it is today. So take a few minutes to recognize those that paid the ultimate price for us, and those who protect us. Okay, so let's get on with today's video. Let's start by civil discourse is growing, especially here in the Chicago area. You don't have to go very far to see it in action. Friday, they opened the beaches on Lake Michigan in Chicago, and actually there was one on the nice part of town, right? The north side of town up by Lincoln Park. They opened it on Friday morning, and within 3 hours they had to close it because there was a gang shooting. It was caught on tape. There's video of that. Go ahead and search the internet for that if you want. But 3 hours and they've closed the beach to all the public. Chicago's a mess. We'll see how the rest of the summer goes. But when I woke today, I checked out the news, and once again I'm seeing 4 dead, probably 11 injured this weekend so far. And there was a shooting in another nice neighborhood, East Lakeview, overnight, and it's just growing. It is just growing. If the temperatures rise this summer, it's not going to be a good summer here in Chicago. But so prepare and be aware of your surroundings this summer, because anything can happen anywhere at this point. You're seeing stuff happen in big box stores. You're seeing it happen on city streets, and with all these festivals and things that are going to be happening this summer, we are most certainly going to see some nasty stuff happening, and I just don't want you guys to be hurt. So be aware, be careful, and be aware of your surroundings for sure. Okay, so let's talk about some other signs that are popping up in the economy. The rich are not spending anymore. There's some reports out on the Zero Hedge that rents in the Hamptons are down, and down by 20%. So the rich are not spending that money that they normally would spend. And, in order to fill up those houses and apartments on the Hamptons that were in such high demand year after year, they're going to have to lower their asking price by 20%. So there's one sign. Another sign that the rich aren't spending is demand for personal aircraft has plummeted. So they're not flying around the country either. They're not using the net jets. They're not reserving those beautiful, sleek jets to take them to Las Vegas or wherever. Just not happening. They're bucking and bolting themselves down and buckling up and trying to save their cash for a rainy day, which is what you guys should be doing. All right, so there's another sign that, the flags have popped, the lights are flashing at this point. Probably during the pandemic, luxury watch prices soared. You couldn't get a Rolex. You couldn't even buy a Rolex at a store. They were out. Tissot and Tag Heuer, a lot of those watches were out of stock. Well, now they're down 30%, 30 to 40%. Luxury watches are down again. So those folks that, planned on buying that stuff, I hope they flipped it already, because now they're in the they're in the red zone and they're not going to be able to flip those luxury watches for a profit. So if that's not enough to prove to you that the upper crust of our economy is buckling down and they are getting ready for what's ahead, and some say, you know, we're headed to a recession. Personally, I'll tell you, we've been in a recession for a while. But anyway, the point is you got to be ready, right? You got to get out of debt. That's the best thing you can do. And if you're planning on selling anything, get it sold. You know, here's an example. On my street here, in a video in the past, I told you in 2008, 2009, there was like 8 or 9 houses for sale or sold on this street due to the great financial crisis. Well, now in the last year and a half, we've had none. Maybe 1 or 2 show up in the neighborhood of 400 houses, but on this street, there's really been hardly anything up for sale and selling. In the past 3-4 days, we now have 3 houses on this street that are up for sale. Granted, the people that are selling them, it's not because they can't afford it or they need to, they need to get out from underneath the debt. But there's other circumstances. But still, the market is starting to, the inventory is starting to ramp up now. And but now's the time of the season that houses go on sale. So we'll see how fast these houses sell, because the owners that are selling them, they're asking a fair price for them. So there's no sales. They're not looking to take a loss and move on. But we'll see how the market responds to these 3 houses. I mean, I could throw a stone and hit each house. So we'll see how that goes, and that'll give us a real fair, telling of the market and the housing market and where we're at. Now, the prices have come down a little bit here, but not as bad as California, where housing prices are down 30-40%. They're taking a beating. I hear places like Dallas taking a beating. Las Vegas taking a beating. So it's just a matter of time before that beating comes to the Midwest. But we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on those houses and how fast they sell. So there's the red lights that are flashing, and a reason why you guys should be out of debt. I hope that you've taken action. I hope that you're prepared. I hope that you're ready for what's coming, because, as I remember 2008, one of the major red flags was interest-only loans. Towards the end of the 2008 collapse, the last thing that hit the market was interest-only loans, and shortly after that came out and started making the media and publicity. Within a month or two, the economy just flat out collapsed. Don't know if it was related or not, but now we're seeing, in our economy today, we're seeing 1% down loans now. We're starting to hear more and more about 40-year mortgages. So those are not good things, folks. He may appear to be a good thing, but putting 1% down on a house is, akin to you can't afford it and you probably shouldn't. But people are going to do that just because they can. So that's not a good thing. I don't recommend getting a 1% mortgage. If it was me, I would recommend 30% or 30-year mortgage with a 5% down minimum. Depending on your financial condition and circumstances. But hey, I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just here to tell you the news. So that's where we're at. So hope you guys are having a great Memorial Day weekend. Remember those that have made this country great and fought for our freedom. And like, share, and subscribe. Get it out there. The channel is growing. We are getting more subscribers. We are getting more views, and every viewer helps. So From D-Day Wonder, Chrissy and Susie Q, we're over and out. Happy Memorial Day.